as I settle down to do this example, I have my formula sheet in front of me with all of the trig identities to me. So example, write each expression as a trigonometric monomial, as a single trig function. Now, there's not too much I can do with this. I can't factor out a cosine or a sine because they have different angles. But yet, when I look to the sum identities, I do notice the identity. Notice the following identity that states that the sine of alpha plus beta is equal to the sine of alpha cosine of beta plus cosine of alpha sine beta. So what I'm going to notice, I'm just going to maybe put betas here. I know that, hold on, alpha, you notice in the first term it's 34, and then cos of 34. So alpha matches the alpha here. So it's really, I have a sum identity just hiding out. So I'm going to use the sum identity, and here I have alpha is equal to 34, and beta is equal to 21 degrees, respectively. So I could write this as a sum identity that the sum of 34 degrees plus the sum of 21 degrees, and I get the sine of 55 degrees. All right. I think that was good. I feel good about that. I'm kind of wonky and shaky on my feet for sure. But I have to go and look for the identities that match the situation that I'm in. Let's carry on for B. Why don't you press pause and you go look for the identity that I'm talking about. Now, I think that the identity that I am going to use is I'm going to use the double angle identity. Now, why is that? Because that is the only one that has cosine squared of alpha minus the sine squared of alpha. It just so happens that it follows this pattern, I do believe. So I know that I could rewrite this as, and here alpha is equal to 67 degrees, I could write this as the cosine of 2 times 67 degrees, which is the cosine, I believe, of 134 degrees. Now, keep in mind, I'm just trying to write this as a monomial. I'm not trying to evaluate. I'm not trying to find the value. Oh, here I have another one. Now I'm going to look at my sheet here again. I'm going to try to possibly pick this out. And it looks like I have another double angle identity. So I'm looking for 2 sine of an angle and then times the cosine of an angle. And really the identity that I think that I'm going to use, hold on, why don't you press pause and figure it out if you want, but it's 2 sine alpha. So I'm just looking on my sheet where I can find this, and 2 sine alpha is equal to 2 sine alpha cos alpha. So now here alpha is equal to pi over 12. So I could rewrite this as 2 times, notice that the right-hand side is the exact same expression where alpha is equal to pi over 2. So I could just rewrite this as 2 times pi over 12, where pi over 12 is my alpha, and this expression here will have the same value as pi over 6. And we all know what that value is. I'm not trying to evaluate, I'm just simply trying to write it as a monomial. So that's the lesson. I guess I just need to trial and error this and get used to these identities.